When my sons were growing up, the forbidden sport was the football because it's pretty rough and tumble. So if your kids play sports, you know injuries are going to happen regardless of the sport. Well, there's an answer to that. It's called the UMC Burnham East Sports Rehab Center. And joining me now is the very first board-certified sports physical therapist in all of El Paso, Bianca Viglante. Nice to see you, Bianca.
To see you.
Okay, let's talk sports.
Sure.
I let them play baseball.
Very good.
But we know that if there's a ball, if there are kids, and if there's motion, things are going to happen. Isn't that right?
Yes.
So what do you do and how do you handle these injuries?
Yeah, so I'm a physical therapist here. Again, I'm a sports certified therapist at UMC. So what I do is any of those injuries coming in, we look at what's going on and we try our best to get them back on the field as soon as we can safely, and then hope to see them excel and get better at everything that they were already doing.
Well, let's talk a little bit about you being board certified. That's a whole other level of focus, scientific focus. Tell us about your credentials.
Yeah, so again, I'm a board certified sports physical therapist, and through that you have to go through our board to get a certification. You take your board exams, a secondary board exam, and you get this qualification, which now you're board certified, so you're showing all of your competencies in being able to treat these athletes, and you get additional education on making sure that they're getting back to everything they need to be doing.
So your goal is, you don't want to just heal them.
Correct.
You want to make them even better than before.
That's the goal.
And you have a personal touch. Talk about that. You really go above and beyond. Tell us about an example.
Yeah, so an example might be I had a wrestler who had an injury, and I wasn't very familiar with wrestling and how all that worked. So I made sure to go out to some of his wrestling matches and learn the moves that he was doing and how all of that played out, so that I can make sure he was getting the right kind of rehab to come on and get him back on the mat.
My goodness, that is personal service. Now, you didn't run out there and throw him down just to test it.
Not quite. He tried to teach me, but I said, hey, you know what, I don't think that's for me.
Okay. Obviously, these patients are going to be coming to you.
Yeah.
They're emotionally devastated because they think, oh gosh, I'm not going to be able to play. I'm out for the season. And to a younger person, that's a big deal. How do you handle that? How do you build them back up?
Yeah, so the mental part of an athlete and their injuries is very important. So we make sure that we're encouraging them from day one. We get parents on board, their athletic trainers on board, the physicians. So we try to make sure that they know they have a good support system and allow them to feel comfortable in our space and express everything they need to, so that we adjust milestone by milestone and get them mentally stronger than they were when they started, and they know what to expect when they're back in practice.
UMC here has a world-class facility. I mean, you've got absolutely everything. Tell us about some of the stations and some of the methods you use.
Yeah, so we have a new sports renovated space, which you guys are filming in right now. So we've got turf, we've got TV, so we can, put up metrics if we need to analyze them in the future. Different jumping systems that we can use, and our sports bikes, we've got specialized lifting equipment like our squat rack and things like that. So all of these things have played into making sure that we treat the athlete as an athlete and get them back to where they need to be.
Satisfying when you have somebody who is injured, but then you go to their game and they're back in action and better than ever. How do you feel about that?
I think that's the ultimate reward, when I can see them back on the field and they're doing what they were doing before, and if not better. That's the ultimate reward we can ask for in every patient. We just want them back on the field.
Wow, Bianca, thank you. I still wouldn't let my sons play football. And ironically, Mason injured his hand later in college playing football.
Oh my goodness.
What are you gonna do? Okay, you want more information? Go to our website. That's ktsm.com. Click on that Studio 9 tab.